Moi!
Hello, and welcome to the other side of the kitchen table and towels from the toilet bowl. Special edition today, it's the Finnish edition.
Finnish edition.
Swami.
Swami. A Finnish edition. Right, so Leanne, actually, first of all, a shout out. Michael Smith, you asked me to give you a shout out. Here's your shout out.
Hello, Michael.
Leanne, you asked me what heavy metal knitting was, the heavy metal knitting competition. Basically, it is heavy metal knitting competition is when you have to knit and move, so you have to like dance, headbang, whatever. There is a heavy metal band that performs behind you, which are called
Pearl Jam, and that's Pearl spelled P-U-R-L, as in the knitting stitch pearl.
They give you a number, so like say number 10, with a song on it, the song that you'll be knitting to. So the one that I saw was number 10, it was Cowboys from Hell by Pantera. So you have all different sorts of songs that you can knit to, and they give you a specific song. You don't get to choose it. You have to. Yeah. They give you one. So, and it's not like poppy metal. It's like metal. So yeah, that's what the heavy metal knitting is. But they've also got like the wife carrying, ice swimming.
They've got mobile phone throwing. So if you've got your old Nokia, it's a bit like welly throwing, and you have to throw it as far as you can. They've even got special names for certain throws.
But I don't advise throwing a mobile phone because I've got people who have done it for years.
Yeah.
So I don't advise you entering that one. The education system is the best in the world, and their education is free. So there's people from like all over the world who go there to do their education, their college, everything. It's all free. There are more saunas than cars in Finland. So they have about, I don't know, how many people is there living in Helsinki?
I don't know, but they estimated it, and they said there's about 3 million saunas dotted around Finland alone.
And there's this
quite
place
popular in Sweden and that as
They
well.
have this one place. Well, they used to have, but it's closed down because they're doing building work on it, and they're looking for a new place. And they used to do like parties, and they'd have like the sauna where you all get naked and you go in the sauna together. And then you go into the ice water, and then they do like karaoke and they do like barbecues, and it's like a massive party for everybody.
Bands.
Yeah, so that would be really cool, but they don't have it anymore.
Well, they are looking for a new location for it, and they may have found it.
Yeah.
We don't know.
There's lots of naked men.
There are also an equal amount of naked ladies, but she's only interested in the men.
We saw that swamp wrestling yesterday. It was naked men.
Yeah, now what people don't realise is over 43% of Finland is wetlands, which is swamps and bogs. And the word sao is
Finnish.
Sour.
Sour is Finnish for sewer, like
swamp.
So.
And Salmi is the actual Swedish name for Finland. So it's basically swampland.
Yeah. The everyman's rights. Now this is really interesting actually. If you own some land, anybody's entitled to walk on your land. They can pick berries or anything that you've got growing, so potatoes, people do grow potatoes, mushrooms, anything that you've got growing there, carrots, anything.
As long as it's wild. If you've cultivated it, then you have it near your house, because you're not allowed to go near the landowner's house.
Unless you know them.
Unless you know them and you're invited.
But as long as it's grown in the wild, you can keep it. Also, if you wanted to pitch a tent and stay there, you can, but I don't advise it because it's cold. Even in the summer it's cold. But if that's what you want to do, you want to camp out in a field, go for it. Everybody is born equal. This is another interesting fact. This means every baby gets the same starting life. The government give you a box. Now this box contains snowsuits, because obviously it's cold in Finland, baby clothes, baby bath stuff, toys, anything you need for a baby, and it also contains maternity pads and condoms for you. In Finland, it is traditional to sleep outside with your newborn baby, and so the box that you get your baby stuff in doubles up as a cot, so you can sleep outside, and the baby can be in the cot. So, because there's a lot of hammocks and stuff in
It's not
Finland.
a case of you throw the baby out there and shut the door and forget about it.
No, you sleep out there with the baby.
You're usually out
Or-
with baby, or you're just inside and baby's
The
outside.
other thing they do as well is their baby goes to sleep outside and then you bring the baby in. That's but basically sleeping outside, so it sort of gets the air, because it's very clean air in Finland. It's very clean in Finland, so you get the air. So yeah, that's good. It's not as polluted as England. So right, this is one for my mum. The Moomins are from Finland,
The Moomins are from Finland,
as is Angry Birds,
and Angry Birds is also
and
from Finland.
most mobile games that you can download on your mobile phone are from Finland too, because there is two. Well, there's one actually. Ravio. Ravio is a place in Finland. Rovio, and the HQ is also in Rovio. So they make most mobile games there. Angry Birds comes from there. The Moomins is all over Finland. There's Moomin shops. There's Moomin cafes.
Yeah, because it was invented by a lady called Tove Jansson. I don't think I'm mangling that long too badly. And she was an artist, and she invented the Moomins. And her father was also an artist, and he done a lot of the sculptures and stuff that you see around Finland.
Nokia is also a place in Finland. That's where the mobile phones came from. But now, because obviously Nokia's gone bust, the phone company, they make wires and they make welly
They
boots.
make wires for telecommunications and Wellington boots, strangely. But I guess there was a lot of rubber in both. But that's what they do now. I mean, I think that if Steve Jobs hadn't taken his own life, there would have been a lot of things ready to kill him, because
That's what they said on that
it
documentary
was
watch.
a lot of people lost their jobs and lost their livelihoods when Nokia closed down. Nokia didn't close down completely.
No.
But the mobile phone section of it did, because they didn't make a smartphone. I think if they had have done,
But Nokia phones last a lifetime.
they do, they last forever, Nokias. They're very, very hard to
There
break.
was one experiment where they actually put a Nokia in ice, and they broke it out the ice, and when it thawed out, it started to ring.
And there was another one that was done by the Gadget Show in the UK, and they put a Nokia among other electronic devices in a paddling pool and set off a explosive charge to simulate the depth of the water. And they thought that the phone was dead. So they put all this stuff in the van ready to take it back to whence it came, and the mobile phone started to ring, and that was enough.
So you can put it in ice, you can put it in water, and it will ring.
They're pretty much indestructible.
So yeah. Finland is known as the land of 1,000 lakes. There is over 80,000 lakes in Finland, and it's very lakey and foresty. So you've got forests and lakes.
Lots and lots of natural beauty and stuff.
Then it is very beautiful.
Yeah, there's waterfalls and all sorts.
The Finns are a quiet race unless they're drunk. They are very socially awkward unless they are drunk, which is
Yeah,
at a
they
party or a nightclub or something.
They don't really talk to you much unless they're drunk. And if you really want a drunk Finn going, yeah, dear my, then, you know, they don't usually say much. They're usually very, very quiet people. And Finland is a fairly quiet country as well, which is weird when you consider the amount of heavy metal bands that actually come from there.
That's why, because they progress their anger outwards in the music. That's hence why Finland is one of the happiest places on the planet, because all the anger that they've got, they push out into their music. Hence, Children of Bodom.
Infant Annihilation.
And Infant Annihilation, yeah, see.
Theory. There are many, many that are borderline
Fintroll.
death metal, but Sweden is the, hang on, let's get this right. Sweden is the death metal capital,
And Norway is the
and
black
Norway
metal
is the
capital.
black metal
I
capital.
think that's the right way around. I know that Finland is the metal capital of the world.
Yeah, just metal in general.
Right, Finland is a very clean place. It is. There is hardly any graffiti in Finland. I mean, there is some places where you go and there is some graffiti, but you can get put in prison for graffitiing. And although their prisons are not
They're usually
great.
open prisons, and a lot of people escape from them. So if you've done something that's really antisocial,
You
like
go
killing
to
someone or something,
Russia.
they usually send you to Russia, and the prisons in Russia, well,
But the thing is, in Finland, if you say to the guard you want to go to the shop, they'll let you go to the shop.
yeah.
So you run away. You're not really running
This is
away.
why people escape.
It's a very open prison. Finland. No, not Finland's. Finnish. The Finnish. They always use a knife and fork, even if they're eating burgers, unless they're at home or not around socializing. Because when they're being social, they're very. I wouldn't say they're very polite because they're not.
No, but they're very well mannered at the table.
Yeah.
They've got table manners.
Although some of them do wear their hats, and that's...
Some of them wear their hats, and a lot of Finns get annoyed with the Finns who wear hats around the table.
Yeah, Finns do get annoyed with Finns quite a lot. So, never, ever, ever, ever go into a Finn's house with your shoes on. That is considered the rudest thing you can ever do. Not that you're going to go into every single Finn's house.
And the reason for this is, in the winter, they don't put salt down on the ice. It's grit and gravel. And you really don't want to be walking that into your house. Or anyone else's house, for that matter.
Scratching up the floor.
Yeah, so you take your shoes off, either just outside the door or as soon as you enter.
Yeah.
That is Finnish politeness.
And sometimes they'll have slippers for you.
Sometimes they won't.
No, but if you're in Finland, you're going to have socks.
Yeah.
The Finns love nature. They do.
Yeah.
Animals, the lakes, the forests. They love nature. Everything they do revolves around nature, apart from Pavo with his Ducatis, but...
They are a very green country as well. Nearly everything is recycled or made for recycling. In fact, they've got a restaurant called the Hanging Restaurant, and they grow vegetables without soil.
And they have this plastic stuff, but it's not actually plastic. It's made out of what is it?
Starch.
No, it's not starch. It's
Oh, the trees.
Yeah.
It's made from wasted tree components like the bark and that, and it's made from that and some kind of natural occurring resin.
Yeah.
And they make like cosmetic containers from that. Actually, places like Chanel and that are actually using.
So you can actually recycle them. You don't have to throw them away, and they don't get lost in a landfill and bugger up the world even more than it already is, basically. So that's a good idea.
We do need to save the planet. We do.
Alcohol is very important to the Finns. Remember, they were Vikings, so some stuff stays the same. As I mentioned before, you cannot buy booze over 5% in a supermarket. So you have to go to Alco. This is a government-run off-licence. Beer and alcohol pops you can buy in a supermarket, but spirits is a no-no. And also, Alco has very specific opening times.
And this is what, in Finland, between 1900 and 1930, there was like a prohibition where you could not buy alcohol. And I think that part of the reason why it is so well regulated now is because when Finns get drunk,
they get
really wasted. And I think that this is one of the reasons why places like Alco exist.
But you can buy, they still sell alcohol over 5% in bars and stuff. So if you want to go out, you can still buy like Malibu or vodka.
Yeah, but you're looking at €6 per pint easily.
Yeah, that's for beer though, so it's even more for spirits. So what a lot of people suggest that you do is before you go out, go to Alco,
get a good buzz going,
buy some vodka, whatever you want to drink that in your hotel room or wherever you're staying, and then go out and then have like 1 or 2 beers. So yeah,
so get your buzz on.
I mean, Alco isn't cheap, but then again, Finland isn't cheap. Like we said, it's like central London. So because we live in London, we're sort of used to paying them prices. So it's not going to be different to us. But if you're from Spain or from, what was it they said? Czech Republic or somewhere like that, it's going to be like a massive culture shock to you. Like, no. So yeah, to us it's the same, but to them it's a bit, ooh, Jesus, so that's that. A lot of the Finns go to Estonia to buy booze and tobacco because it is much cheaper over there. And it's next door to Finland. But it's the 15-hour ferry trip. That was what my mum was talking about, and she said it was somewhere else.
Yeah, because I'm a bit thick.
It's Estonia. And it's a 15-hour ferry trip to and from Estonia. Is it a round trip or...?
No, I think that's each way.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a 30-hour round trip.
So like 3 days. Wow. But that's how you can get your booze and tobacco for cheap. So if you know someone in Finland who's going to Estonia, and you're in Finland, just go, hey, could you buy me whatever? And slip them some money and you're away. So you can buy spirits in bars, I've already covered that bit. There is also a beer tram that you can go on. You can go on the tram, you can buy beer. It's a bar, so you can buy spirits as well.
Yeah, and the destination on the front of it says pub.
It doesn't go to the pub.
No, but that's what it says.
It
is a pub.
It's a round trip. It's like you go, you see
places. It takes you all around Helsinki. It's like a tourist thing, and sit there and have a beer.
Yeah, I might do that actually. I don't know.
Mm.
Is that a good idea? But it's the way to see Helsinki. It's about €8 to get on, and then you buy your drink. But you can make one drink last. I mean, some people do get completely smashed up their faces when they're on it, which is not a good idea because you're being a nuisance to the other people on it. But it's fun, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you when I go on it, but I'll even do a little video of me on the beer tram. But
yeah, because all we're telling you right now is what we've learned from research.
I said I was going to research, and I did. I did a lot of research. The Finnish love coffee. They love coffee. Coffee is their hail coffee.
Yeah, coffee is the go-to drink. In England, it's usually tea.
My future husband, Vinny Velo, he's the actual face of Presidente Coffee now, as of about 3 days ago. And yeah, so
and she's watched the Finnish advert, which is all spoken Finnish. I dread to think how many views she can.
Doesn't matter. It's my future husband. I'm marrying him. It's fine. If you live in Finland, the tax is super expensive, but the salary is high to... I can't read what I wrote.
To balance that out.
Pretty much, but I didn't put that down. But the tax is really high. Oh, it's as the tax is so high. That's what I wrote, and I can't read it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because apparently the rent and the taxes are super, super high.
And they have this thing called Jealous Day. And you can check everybody, because apparently the Finns are really jealous.
It has actually got a different name, but it's...
It's translated to Jealous Day.
Yeah, when the tax is, like, over here, you've got tax season, which is in April. Over there...
You get a thing and you can check everybody's tax. And you can go to the tax office and say, oh, I don't know, who's... Really very low. How much tax is he paying? What's his salary? And they'll tell you. Because everybody in Finland is equal. Although they're not equal if they get caught by the police speeding. Then they're not equal.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, even the president of Finland will walk around, no bodyguards, nothing.
If you get fined in Finland...
Just go around and do his shopping.
And you're on a high salary, and I'm talking really high, you get charged really high. Right?
The fines go in line with your earnings.
Yeah. There are two spoken languages in Finland. There's Finnish and Swedish.
They're the two official languages that are taught in all schools.
And the reason being, because Sweden used to own Finland.
Sweden and Russia have been fighting over Finland for many, many years.
Yeah, Russia used to own it
at one point it belonged to Russia, then it belonged to Sweden, then Russia had it again, then Sweden had it again.
And then the Finns got annoyed with it and said, no more.
And it's been an official country in its own right for the last 100 years. And this year is actually the centenary of Finland being its...
And they're not going to be able to do anything because of social distancing. Hey! So, yeah, that's great. Always carry a coat, a jacket or a hoodie because weather changes at the drop of a hat. You could go out and it'd be sunny and you'd be like, oh, it's sunny. And then you walk down the road and it'd be snowing.
And also it's the law that you have to have reflectors. They sell these little reflectors that you pin to your coat.
Come on.
They're a Finnish invention anyway.
Oh,
And they are a law. You have to have those on. I mean, even during the day, if you're driving your car, you have to have the headlights on, whether it's daylight or
because
not.
of the fog and because of the midnight sun, which I'll go into in a minute. Also, 1 in 800 Finns are homeless, and they're incredibly low. So it's incredibly low, and there's no housing crisis. So, because what they do is they believe in homing people before doing all the paperwork and everything, so that they can start off looking for a job and starting to get their life back on track, instead of us how we do it with it's all the paperwork and everything else, and then they have to like wait for a home and everything. In Finland, they find a home for them because no housing crisis, they could do it like that, and you know.
Also, there's no problem with obesity in Finland either, which is weird when you consider...
It's all the nature though, isn't it? So they run around and stuff.
Yeah, and how much milk they drink.
Oh yeah, milk consumption.
They do drink a
And
lot.
that's what I put down. I put the Finns consume an enormous amount of milk.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's nothing unusual to see a Finnish person sitting there with their lunch, and instead of having a cup of coffee, they'll have a glass of milk.
Or a non-alcoholic beer.
Mm.
Finland is also called home of the midnight sun. This is what I was just saying about. As in the because in the summer there is sunlight all day, and you only get like about 2 hours of nighttime, and then you got sun again. So it doesn't get fully dark. Even when it's dark, it doesn't get dark. It's still light outside. So it's the home of the midnight sun because it's always light in the summer, and then in the winter it changes. And there's only daytime for about 3 hours, and the rest of the time it's dark. And that's why you have to have your headlights on all the time, because it's the change. And also, if you autumn and summer and spring, in spring it's dawn for 3 months, and in autumn it's twilight for 3 months. So you've got the two sort of like seasons where it's kind of like not dark, not light.
And the seasons are very definite over there. You know, you've got a definite spring, a definite summer, a definite autumn, and a definite winter.
Yeah.
You're not like, over here, you're like, is it spring? No, it's not spring. This is actually summer. Oh, I thought it was spring. There's none of that in Finland. It's very, very definite seasons. They're very definite.
The good thing is sorry, Andy Boy's on me and he's molting all over me. The good thing about Finland is it's stupidly safe. The Reader's Digest done a poll thing, or an experiment, and they dropped 12 wallets around Finland. And
no,
it wasn't.
12 wallets in 5 different countries.
No, it wasn't. It was 12 wallets in Finland. They dropped 12 wallets in Finland.
12 in 5 different countries.
Well, anyway, you're confusing me. Anyway, stupid woman.
No.
They dropped 12 wallets in Finland, and 11 of them came back, and they said the one that went missing was probably a tourist, or
one of the internationals.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Finn, because the Finns are very honest. It's a very safe country. You can walk around 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself and nothing will happen to you. You might get approached by a drunk Finn going, "Hey, moi," and yeah, but that's all. And if you tell them to go away, they go away and they leave you alone. So it's a very safe country. Like, nothing happens in Finland. There was a stabbing once, and the guy got sent to Russia. I wouldn't want to be him.
No. We saw a documentary on Russian prisoners.
And the person they weren't even that injured, were they? They
No.
had like a flesh wound, and that was it. And the guy got put in the Russian prison.
Russian prison system is very, very harsh.
They have 3 S's in Finland, and that is sausage, sauna, and sex. They love sausages, they love their saunas, and they love their sex.
And blood pudding is one of the
That's on the food, but I ain't done that bit yet.
Okay, I'll let her go into it.
Right, toilet rolls. The toilet rolls in Finland, amazing. They are amazing. Because the wooden bit's not wooden, the cardboard bit in the middle is made out of toilet paper, so you can flush it down the toilet.
No, no wasted
We
carbon
don't have that
roll.
here.
We should have that here because it is flushable. So if some considerate person has used the last sheet of loo roll,
You can use that.
you can actually use the roll because it's made of compressed toilet paper. So
No, do that a little bit, make it a bit more floppy, and then there you go.
yeah, so we should definitely
It's
implement that.
all of
over
the
here.
toilet paper in Finland is used, all of it. So, including the roll, there is no waste. It's amazing. The door locks, alloy locks.
I think
She
they should
loves
have
this
them over
idea.
here. I think they're a great idea. You've got the lock, and it like a car door safety lock, a child safety lock on a car door. If the knob is in the down position, is it down position?
Down's on lock.
That door is unlocked. It will shut, and it will look to all the world like it's locked, but it's not. It's actually unlocked, and you need to.
But I don't think you need to worry about your house getting broken into in Finland anyway.
No, but it is actually locked. Then, if it's the knob is in the up position, that is locked, and you need a key to get in. So that, if you don't know that yet, that can bite you in the bum.
On the side of the door, you open the door. On the side of the door, you've got like this little knob.
Where the latch is.
And it's got. You can slide it up and down. So if it's down, it's unlocked. If it's up, it's locked.
Which I think they should implement over here. Because you can't tell whether that door is locked or unlocked. And if you've got kids that have got this habit of knocking on the door every 2 seconds, going, "Meow," and you've got to get up and go and answer the door to them. It is really annoying. But if they've got that, you push the handle down on the door and you're in. So,
Yeah, that's a good idea. Double windows. Now, I didn't know about this until today. I was very, very intrigued. Instead of having one window, they have 2 windows because of the cold.
2 double glazed units. So that's actually 4 panes of glass.
Because of the cold. Because it gets mighty cold in Finland. And most houses don't have central heating. They have an open fire. So you only have an open fire in the living room. And yeah, that might warm up the first floor. The second floor is not going to be that warm. So they have the double windows to keep the cold out, to keep the heat in. So when you go to bed, you go under your covers, you cover up here, and you're warm because the windows are doubled. And in the summer, when you open your windows, you've got 2 lots of windows. So it's quite cool.
I mean, the lady who was saying about it actually thought that it was a safety device for security because she said if you break one of those units at one of those windows, you're going to hear it. And you'll be down before they can get through the second one. But that's not the reason. The reason is for heating.
Yeah, she comes from Mexico. Mexico's not the safest country on the planet. Transport. You have trams, you have trains, you have buses.
Ferries.
You have ferries. And they go all around Finland. And the reason there's ferries as well is because it's the land of 1,000... it's got 80,000 lakes, the land of 1,000 lakes. And it's the ocean, the Baltic Sea is there. So if you want to go to...
Estonia.
No. I know this one.
Sweden.
No. What's that place called? Oh, what's that stuff that you make? Sounds like salmonella.
Semolina.
Semolina. There is a place called Semolina, and the ferry goes to Semolina. €7 there and back to go to Semolina. And that is called Semolina because it's the name of the person, the woman that used to live there. I do my research. I said I'd research, and I did. Right, so next, the transport is really, really good, and it's not a bad price. And you can get season passes, week passes, and month passes. Yeah, but it's pretty good, and it's quite cheap because there's a guy on YouTube called Alexi himself. I have cat fur in my mouth. Give me a second. No, Alexi himself, and I said to Alexi himself, I said, does the transport run all night? I don't think he understood what I said. Because he sent me this timetable in Finnish.
But he is, as he always stresses, he is just a Finnish dude. He's not an expert in any field. But he is quite knowledgeable because he's lived there all his life. And if he can help you out with something to do with Finnish culture, Finnish language, Finnish food, Finnish whatever, he will try and help. And he's a lovely, lovely, lovely guy. And I'll go and just check out his channel. It's called Alexi himself.
Anything Finnish he does
And
is covered.
You can become one of his fantastics.
But he doesn't cover it like us. He covers it differently. But,
Well,
yeah.
because he's Finnish.
Anyway, this is the Finnish food. Some of the Finnish food. I will cover some more of this, like the cooked Finnish food. This is like Finnish snacks. So I've covered most of these. There is others, obviously. But I will cover some cooked Finnish foods on a different day. This is just a little preview. So you've got squeaky cheese. This cheese that you can grill.
You can grill nice cheese.
No, but you can grill it in a slice of, like a pizza slice of cheese. Squeaky cheese. Cloudberry jam is actually Swedish. But she wants to try it.
I just like the sound of it.
I'm not very into sweet stuff, as many of you know. I do eat occasional sweets.
Because I think that might actually be a savoury kind of jam, because they said that they put that on squeaky cheese. And I'm sorry, but I do have a problem getting my head around jam and cheese.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. And they said he said it's like a dessert.
Yeah, he said that dish is like a dessert, the squeaky cheese with cranberry jam, but I'm not sure. I mean, this is something we're going to have to find out for ourselves.
But they usually have it with their coffee. Now, carrot. Oh my God, this is really bad Finnish. Okay, I can't even read that word. Kaijalan paraka. That is really bad. I have just murdered Finnish. Or Karelian pie. Right. Rye crust filled with barley or rice.
And they often have cheese and things on that, but, and this is the weird thing, unless it's actually made in the Karelian part of Finland, you can't call it Karelian pie. It goes by another name. Because you can only call it Karelian pie if it's made in the Karelian region of Finland.
Yep. And they do actually do these everywhere. So basically it's it's quite cute actually, isn't it? It's got like a crust and it's all like sort of frilled. And in the middle it's got like barley or rice. And you can put anything you want on it. Like Alexi said, he usually uses butter, puts it in the oven.
Sticks in the microwave for a couple of seconds and that's it. But the thing is with those, they are rye bread. It is rice or barley, so I would imagine that if you don't put anything on it, I would imagine it would be quite bland. But the thing is, in Finland, rye bread is the thing. You know, they love rye bread. I think this is why they're all so blooming healthy over there.
Rye bread is amazing now.
Rye bread is the thing. It is...
Pumpernickel.
Well, we have it as pumpernickel over here, but the main bread you can buy in Finland is rye bread. And they are very big on their rye bread. So...
Right, next. Rye bread. They love rye bread.
They also make crisps.
No, wait, I haven't got to that yet.
You've got that down, have you?
It's
I didn't know.
the end. Right, crisp bread. It's like that thin, and it's made like it's like Rivita.
Because it's rye bread.
Yeah, so it's not like your crisp bread over here where it's not that thick. The Snacker Jacks, not like that at all. This is like Rivita because it's made on rye bread. Really, it looks really nice though. But I like Rivita, so
We're going to be trying something like that. But they also said that that's very common in things like school lunches and that because it doesn't go off as fast. So
the berries, you can. Oh, they also in the army they used to carry it around with them because it doesn't go off.
yes, and it's mobile because it's flat.
Berries, you can buy them or pick your own. If you buy them, they tend to be cheaper. But if you with the strawberries, because you can pick your own strawberries, you can pay to pick your own strawberries. But if you buy the strawberries in the markets, they tend to be cheaper.
But I believe that is actually a set price, I think.
But the problem with strawberries is there's only about a 2-week
season.
where you can buy them. It's not like a month here, it's like 2 weeks.
So when we go strawberry picking, we have to wait us coming out, because we eat and go and we're terrible when we go strawberry picking.
But the other berries, every man's rights. Go to a forest, pick your berries, pick your mushrooms, pick your potatoes, pick anything you want. But even cherry trees, they've got them as well there in the forests and stuff, just in the woods. Forests, you can go and get mushrooms. Forests don't belong to anyone. They're just forests.
And occasionally you will find a ranger who will tell you what mushrooms you can actually eat.
If you go out in the morning, there's you go out with the mushroom pickers about 4 o'clock in the morning. The mushroom pickers go out, and you can go with them, and you can pick your own mushrooms, and they don't charge you to do that. Also,
and
they've
also
got
you know
these,
that they're good to eat.
You've got these little weird expeditions that you can go on as well, and they take you around and tell you what grass you can eat and leaves.
Which I think is amazing.
I don't want to eat leaves, but they actually encourage you to eat the leaves. I don't want to do that.
No.
So the berries, it's cheaper to pick your own, apart from strawberries, because the strawberry season is so short.
And
it's
also,
cheaper to buy them ones.
Some internationals go and pick berries and sell them by the side of the road. So I don't know the sort of prices they charge, but they've already gone and picked them for you, so you can actually buy them from there as well.
But I'd like to go and pick them myself, because it's the fun of doing that.
It's the experience, isn't
yeah.
it?
And I want to go and do some picking in the forest.
I mean, we have done strawberry picking in the UK, and like I say, they should weigh us on the way out, because we eat as we go around.
On the nights when I'll be working at night time mainly, won't I? You can go out during the day and do that. And explore and stuff. So, then you got Vili.
Now, we're not sure what this is, because Alexi wasn't sure of what it was.
It's Nordic sour milk.
I think it's something like junket, I believe.
It looks like a yoghurt. It looks like a thick, very thick yoghurt.
I think it's a junket, which is basically, little Miss Muffet who sat on the tuffet eating her curds and whey. It's a byproduct cheese, and I actually think that's what it is.
But you said you can put your berries in it, and
well, you can, because it tends to be a bit bland if you.
Well, you said it's Nordic sour milk, so
yeah. So it's called Vili. It's Nordic sour milk, and we're not sure what it is.
You also have Play Vili for kids. It's flavoured. It's got sugar in it though. The Vili hasn't got. This is so funny saying this. The Vili hasn't got any sugar in it. It's natural.
I think it's junket.
But the Play Vili is flavoured. It's got sugar in it. That's the kids one. But it's in quite a big pot. I mean, it's like that.
Yeah, when I was little, my mum used to buy junket tablets, and she meant like a pint of junket.
Sausage. Finns love sausage. Oh, they love their sausage. All different sorts of sausage. They even have bratwurst over there.
But they have...
No, I haven't got that on here.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, the next one is black sausage, which she keeps trying to say.
What are you doing?
They're not on my thingy.
Don't do it.
Why? It's on my thing. I want to do it, I'll do it. Anyway. Black sausage is black pudding. But they eat it as a sausage.
They call it blood sausage. And they don't... I know over here when you have fry up, a lot of people cook it. They don't cook it. And they also do this thing where they put lingonberry jam on it. Now, if you buy it in Tampere,
I don't know.
I think it's called
Tampere.
Tampere in Finland. It looks like a turd. It does, doesn't it?
It's about that long and it's...
I mean,
brown.
over here when you buy a black pudding, it is curled round on itself. But over there, it actually looks...
It's just straight.
It looks like a turd.
And it's not really in shape. It's almost shaped.
Yeah, it's not very pretty, and because it's handmade.
You can buy it from the deli counter at any supermarket.
And it's called blood sausage. Over here, it's known as black pudding. They don't fry it, and they stick lingonberry jam on it when they eat it, which I think.
Meat pie. Now, this is interesting. It's made from donut dough. So it's a meat pie, but made from donut dough.
But they don't dust it with sugar like they would a
Oh,
donut.
they can.
But
They do sometimes.
Yeah, but it looks like a donut.
They sometimes dust it with sugar.
It looks like, not the donuts with a hole in the middle, but
Round.
the donuts. It looks like one of those. So I think that I'd be quite disappointed if I saw something that I thought was a donut and I bit into it and it was meat pie.
But
And
sometimes they do dust them with sugar.
apparently they're full of fat. It's a combo of meat and rice inside there. And of course, because a donut is fried, then that would mean that the whole thing is full of oil.
Yeah.
So, don't think that'd be very,
Got some
very
tea.
healthy,
Don't you want?
to be honest.
The next one is rye chips. Now these are amazing little things. They're like round, and they've got a dip in the middle, so you can actually dip them
They
in.
look a bit like brown crisps. Don't know if you remember those skips, little shells.
These are rye bread though. They're
But
like
they're
rye
rye.
crisps, and they're really good for dipping because they've got the little dip, and they're really crunchy.
And they're
So
rye, so they're a lot healthier than your greasy potato chips.
your greasy potato chips.
My greasy, well, you eat them as well.
Right, now this is very, very important. These are the don'ts of Finland. The don'ts. Don't do it.
They don't.
Don't do it. It's very bad. Right, so don't be loud. No. It's a very quiet country. Quiet people. If you want to be loud, go to a metal bar.
Yeah, I've actually done some don'ts.
I have done some don'ts, yeah, but these are all the don'ts. But don't, if you want to be loud, go to a pub or bar, as they call it over there. Go to a bar. Go do some headbanging, heavy metal, you know. Don't make a noise walking down the street coming home from headbanging. Not a good idea. You will get lynched by other Finns. Don't do it.
Undrawn, quartered, and
Do not insult Finland. Like, way you say sauna. If you say sauna, oh, no. That is a big don't. You have to pronounce it sauna. If you don't...
sauna.
That's what I just said.
It's a Finnish word. So.
I know. If you don't say sauna, they get annoyed. You might get lynched again. They won't lynch you. They're nice people, but they're just very, very proud. And very proud of their country and very proud of their heritage and very proud of everything. So do not diss Finland in any way. Anyway. Like, you can't go, that beach, it's a bit shelly. That's still insulting Finland. Don't do it. If you want to say it to your friend.
They are very, very proud people.
Don't say it to the
very,
Finns.
very proud of their country.
Don't wear shoes inside. I've already covered that. Don't do it. It's rude. It's not nice. Don't go to someone's house without a gift, even like a bag of sweets. Even if you take some salmiakki. No.
Salmiakki, if salt and licorice had a baby.
No.
That's a salmiakki. I've heard it's absolutely
We're
disgusting.
going to go and try one, just so I can review it and tell you.
Piece. I don't like licorice anyway.
Just so I can review it and tell you. See, this is love.
Because we love you little fishies, we're going to actually try.
I'm going to kill my taste buds for you guys.
I hate licorice. It is one of my pet hates. It's disgusting, and I stay away from it. But for the little fishies, I'm actually going to try a piece, and it's the most disgusting licorice
one piece
in the world, and it's...
But, yeah, do not go to someone's... I mean, you can even take salmiakki. It doesn't matter, as long as you take something.
You can take salmiakki because it is traditionally Finnish. And actually, some of the older people actually make cookies and cakes and things, and when they go to someone's house, they take those with them. And I think it's a good idea.
They actually have alcohol made out of salmiakki as well.
I think... and ice cream.
Yeah, but you can't taste the alcohol because all you can taste is the sugary licorice.
But I think it's a very
Salty
good
licorice.
idea taking a gift to somebody's house, because if they offer you, Finland, a coffee, if they've got no biscuits or something,
Oh yeah, here, have some salmiakki. Ugh.
then, you know, if you've made cookies or brownies or whatever, you can say, okay, and they go on the table, and you've got something to nibble your
This
coffee.
is very alien. You do not have 1 or 2 cents in Finland. If you pay for something that's $1.99, you will get no change.
They don't usually mark things up as 99 anyway. They'll mark it up as €2.
But you don't have 1 or 2 cents over there.
Because there's no 1 or 2 cents. Obviously, there's 1 or 2 cent pieces because it's euros, but they don't use them. The really small denomination coins they don't use. So
Don't tip, it's classed as rude over there. because they're paid so well. If you tip, it's just like an insult. Don't tip. It's not a good idea. No. Don't break the rules in Finland. Finns are very law-abiding. So if you go to cross the road, do not jaywalk. Wait for the lights to change. I am bad at doing that. I'm always crossing the road when
In
lights
the
are red.
UK, if the lights are amber and it's about to go to green, it's instinctive to try and run across the road. Don't do it in Finland. Wait until that light actually turns green before you actually go across.
Yeah, because it's not... Or even if you go, like, you're on the road and there's no cars coming, don't cross the road. Don't wait until the line goes green. This is where my downfall is going to be, because I'm going to keep trying to cross the road. She's going to have to hold me back. Or she'll go to cross the road and I'll have to hold her back.
I don't always see the green man.
It makes a noise.
Not all of them.
Well, they should. I think they do in Finland, so you'll be fine. If you go to the lakes or forests, take bug spray.
In summer,
And a jacket.
in summer or spring, you will get eaten alive if you don't. And always take a jacket or a thick cardigan, because the weather is so changeable.
And also, if you're down by the lakes, you sort of need a jacket anyway. Don't go on about Sweden. Just don't do it. Unless you've got some Swedish jokes that are taking the mickey out of Sweden. Don't.
They were occupied by Sweden for a long time, and Sweden and Russia were fighting over them. And they're a bit down on Sweden because they occupied them for so long.
So don't say
Because
anything about
Finland has
Sweden.
only been its own country for 100 years, so
Big up Sweden, but say nothing about Sweden.
you know you can
Big
think
Finland.
Sweden is.
Big up Finland, but say
you
nothing
can
about
think
Sweden.
that Sweden is the best place in the world, and the women are the best, and the men are the best, and
Just
everything
don't say
else.
it.
But don't say. Keep those thoughts to yourself.
Never, ever be late. Be early, don't be late.
Yeah, because if that bus says that it's going to arrive at exactly 10, it will probably turn up at 10 minutes to 10.
It leaves at 10.
Yeah, and if you're not on it, it will go.
I saw this woman and she was talking about it yesterday, and she said there was a bus and it was 10 past 10. She got to the bus stop at 10 past 10, it was leaving. Everything there is on the dot. So if you have a bus, what do you want? If you have to get the bus at 10 past 10, you get there at 10.
If there is a party starting at 6, you turn up at 5 to 6.
Or quarter to 6. You be early, by all means be early, but never be late. Because that is classed as the height of rudeness if you're late somewhere. Don't do it. Right, I've got some Finnish. Some Finnish here. I did some Finnish the other day, but I've got some more here. Ignore my pronunciation because it's going to be bad. It is. There's no two ways about it.
Going to mangle.
It's going to be bad. Right, so thank you is kitos. That's right. You're welcome. Ol heva. Good day. Heva. Hey, heva, peva. Heva, peva.
It sounds like you're talking about someone.
Now, this is one that I need to know. Iso alut. I need to know that is big beer. Goodbye is moi moi or nekami. Nekamin. Yes is kaya or you. No is but there are lots of other versions. So is ei. I want is mina haluan.
And that's about all the Finnish you know.
Yes.
Finnish is the hardest language in the world to learn, because most languages belong to the Anglo-European group or some other group. Finland is one on its own. It just stands alone.
The only one that's like it is Estonian.
Estonian is the most similar, but a Finn will hear an Estonian and they'll think that the way they pronounce things is funny, but then I think an Estonian would think the same of a Finn. Estonian is the closest language to Finnish.
Right, the shops, I've only got a few of them down, and that is Lidl. Yeah, they have Lidl. And it's the same sort of prices. It's a chain, so Lidl. Kmart and S-Mart, they are like Asda. They have like the George section. It's not called George, I don't know what it's called, but they have the section of the George. which actually isn't that expensive. They say it's expensive, but there were tops there for $5.99. That to me, that's not expensive. And then you've got Prisma.
Prisma is like Sainsbury's. It's like Sainsbury's of Finland.
So they're the 4 that I've got down. There is others, and obviously you've got like convenience stores and stuff, but they're the main.
Now you may have heard the name Prisma because some years ago there was a mass shooting in Prisma in Finland. It is the only major crime I have ever heard of out there, and it was because his wife left him and he'd gone in there after her or something, and he decided to shoot the place up a bit. But it is the only major crime I have ever heard of come out of Finland. And although it was quite big, compared to the American shootings and that, it's not.
Right, and now I've got some fast food joints, and this is quite amazing, right? So Hesburger is a Finnish McDonald's. All burgers come with a cardboard circle to keep your burger from... it's to keep it in shapes instead of like mangling up before you get it home and you want to eat it and it all comes out of the bottom. Yeah, it's horrible. A rye burger doesn't, because a rye burger is pretty flat. It's like that. And then you've got the layer burger, which is like a Big Mac. So there is a McDonald's there, and there's a Burger King there, and they have the only Burger King in the world with a sauna.
And can I just add that in Hesburger, if you buy a layer meal, which is the layer burger, which is like a Big Mac with chips, and a sachet of mayonnaise, which is a huge sachet.
It's cucumber mayo.
That, and it's cucumber mayonnaise. That is about €20 for one of those meals.
No, it's not. It was with the rye burger as well. The rye burger.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was one of
No,
them.
that was the rye burger as well.
A rye burger and a layer burger meal. A rye burger meal and a layer burger meal will cost you about €20. Now, if you're going to buy something from McDonald's and you want to be filled up, the pound saver menu ain't going to cut it. So I would, €20 for fries and a big burger.
And a drink.
And a drink. I want a drink.
Gets down.
So you got your mayonnaise, your rye burger, your layer burger, 2 lots of chips, and a great big sachet of mayonnaise for €20. That ain't that bad. It's cheap.
Not cheap,
It's
but
cheap, it's not bad.
Not bad.
And if there are people eating in the Hesburger, they will be sitting on a melting pot
So,
eating the burgers.
that's the Finnish video. That's the Finnish special.
And tomorrow we are going to be handling a much heavier topic.
Do that next, actually. Don't do that now.
The next video is going to be handling a much, much heavier topic. So,
Get down. You get down.
this has been our light, happy one. So, I'll say moi moi,
Moi moi.
which is goodbye. Be kind and considerate.
Kiitos for watching.
Kiitos for watching. And be kind and considerate. And we'll see you next time on Tales from Tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.